Yo, what is up, everybody? It is B Militant. I'm your host here on the Redskins Review. Welcome back. I apologize. First thing I gotta do is apologize. I wish I could have gotten you guys a video up earlier, but last Wednesday night, the same day as the Redskins game, my internet went out, and it took Comcast until Saturday to come out and fix it. They had to come fix it. They had to send someone out. And also on Friday, I got married, so it was kind of a a lot of stuff going on. I apologize I didn't get a video out to you guys sooner, but finally Comcast came and fixed my internet. And luckily, Louis T had a bunch of videos on the Warpath. I think he had at least one video talking about the Bucks game and stuff. So you guys had something to watch while I was out of commission here. Luckily, I have Comcast internet, and I've had it for almost 2 years. So besides when they first came and set it up, we've had a good run without having a problem with it. So I can't complain too much. But finally, some shit broke. They had to come fix it. But we're back. And first things first, before we get into the Redskins-Buccaneers game, yes, this is the Redskins Review, and we're going to focus on the Redskins. We need to talk about some news that's going on in the NFC East first, because it's relevant, and it's not going to take me as long to talk about it. So then we'll get into the Redskins-Buccaneers game. So first things first, Tony Romo got hurt. Going to be out 6 to 10 weeks. I don't even see him coming back this year, because I think Dak Prescott will play well enough to keep his job. Maybe Tony Romo comes back at the end of the season when they realize, hey, it's not looking good for us Cowboys over here, because you guys, they're starting the season with a rookie quarterback and a rookie running back, and then everyone said already, oh, what about RG3 and Alfred Morris? Well, guess what, man? RG3 was a stud. He was a Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. Will Dak Prescott be better than RG3? Who knows? Probably not this year, you guys. Not this year. He just has not. There's so many things in the NFL he has not seen. And also, if you haven't found out, he does like to try to run the ball. So we know well about RG3. Let him keep running the ball. He's probably, the chances of him being Russell Wilson and being okay running the ball are pretty slim. When the defenses start to home in on what he likes to do and things like that, it's not going to be a good year for Dak Prescott, I'm going to assume. And I understand assuming is not a good thing, but the guy's got to show me something in the regular season before I believe him. That's my point. Who knows? Dak Prescott could win the Super Bowl this year. No one knows for sure, but until he's in a few regular season games, and we get to see what people are game planning against him, more complex defenses, blitzes against him, what he looks like. His number one knock in college was that when the pressure is on, he makes bad decisions. That was his number one criticism in college. So we'll see what happens. He looks good so far, but that's preseason, man. We'll have to wait and see. So Tony Romo's out. Cowboys not looking so hot. Also, I saw Darren McFadden. He's hurt, so there's more injured Cowboys. Darren McFadden's not going to be there for a few weeks. So let's get into the other hot news. The Eagles traded Sam Bradford for first-round pick and maybe another pick. So this is a win-win for the Redskins, man. If you're a Redskins fan, that's a good trade for us, because yes, the Eagles, they do get a first-round pick next year, but if you remember, they gave up so much to get Carson Wentz, so that's basically just putting a dent in what the fortune that they gave up to go get Carson Wentz. So okay, they get a pick back, a first-round pick, which they weren't even going to have next year. So it's a good trade for the Eagles, because they got a first-round pick for Sam Bradford, which I don't think a lot of people would even consider him being worth the first-round pick at this point. So the Vikings, yes, they get a quarterback in the midst of not having any other good quarterbacks, but they did give up a first-round pick, and that's not going to really help the Eagles to the extreme. because they still gave up so much stuff for Carson Wentz, who the next news is Carson Wentz is going to be the starting quarterback for the Eagles week 1. That's not a good idea for the Eagles. The guy already had some broken ribs in the preseason. Now, I fully understand, hey, the Eagles gave up so much stuff to go get Carson Wentz. He should be a starting quarterback in the NFL. You know, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Him getting hurt in the preseason so far, him not looking very, very good in the preseason so far, and now you're going to throw him out to the Wolves. The Redskins' defense is much improved. As long as we get a pass rush going, man, it's not going to be a good year for the Eagles, more so than we already thought with Sam Bradford. Some people like to hate on Sam Bradford. I don't think he's extremely good, but Sam Bradford at times, if he has protection, he can throw the ball, man. He's threw the ball over the Redskins a few times on the secondary, man. So, you know, Sam Bradford is not the worst quarterback in the league right now. He's not the worst starting quarterback in the league. He's not. There's some other people out there that are worse. So, you know, can't knock on Sam Bradford too much. And that's the point. It's a win-win for the Redskins. We're not playing Sam Bradford. We're going to play Carson Wentz, who I just went over Dak Prescott being a rookie quarterback. Now we have Carson Wentz, who has so much more to prove than Dak Prescott being, I don't know what round Dak Prescott was drafted in, like 4th or 5th round or whatever. But Carson Wentz drafted 2nd overall. He's got so much more to prove, and he's already hurt. He's got injured ribs. How many more shots is he going to be able to take? He is a big guy, but, I mean, he didn't have the reps in preseason that he should have had, and now he's going to be a starter. Not looking good for the Eagles. So that's the news. Let's get into some cuts here. I'm not going to go through every single guy who got cut from the Redskins, but Logan Paulsen, you guys saw me talk about him in my last video that I like Logan Paulsen. He's been around here. Don't get me wrong. Logan Paulsen hasn't always been the best player for the Redskins. He's been pretty much one-dimensional with blocking, being a blocking tight end. But you saw me say it in my last few videos, man. During this preseason, Logan Paulsen was catching the ball just as good as any of our other tight ends until the Buccaneers game where Logan Paulsen had a bunch of drops. But that was in some crazy rain and stuff. The other quarterback on the other team couldn't even throw the ball. Couldn't even throw it, get rid of the ball. The ball just would come out of his hand when he goes back like this. So Logan Paulsen dropping some balls in that weather, you know, that's not going to extremely make me sit here and say he's the old Logan Paulsen who couldn't catch. But you guys, Logan Paulsen to me looked. We know he was, even with all of our tight ends right now, he is still our best run blocker. And he seemed like he was coming on with the ability to catch. I'm sorry, man, but Logan Paulsen, I mean, yeah, he's better than Niall Pauls in my opinion. We'll see, man. I just wanted Logan Paulsen to make a spot because we need to run the goddamn ball. And having Logan Paulsen in the game, that tells people, hey, we might run the goddamn ball here. But then if Logan Paulsen can actually catch, you can catch defenses off guard because you see Logan Paulsen coming into the game. You think, oh, shit, here's their blocking tight end. They're going to run the ball. And then next thing you know, it's play action, and then Logan Paulsen can catch the goddamn ball. And then when he does catch the ball, this dude is like a hockey player. This guy looks like he's ready. He likes to hit people and shit. So then you have a guy running downfield, you know, I don't know how much he weighs, but it's a big-ass dude, Logan Paulsen. And, you know, when he gets the ball, he's ready to run people over. So, you know, giving Vernon Davis and Niles Paul another chance, you know, whew, we'll see, man. But I liked Logan Paulsen coming into this. I know some of you other guys didn't, but so that's Logan Paulsen. We also cut Mac Brown, and we put him on our practice squad. But you guys, I kind of like Mac Brown a little bit more than Robert Kelly. Mac Brown runs, even though he's a small guy, he runs like he's a big guy, and he never dances. He's just, you don't see him dancing. He just goes north and south, dude. You hand him the ball, if there's 2 yards in front of him, he's going to take those 2 yards right away instead of, let me see if I can bounce it to the outside and get 10. Let me just gamble and see if I can get 10. He takes those hard yards right away and goes north and south. He does not dance around. He does not get caught in the backfield. The times that he does get hit in the backfield because of blocking, he still seems like he's moving his legs, kind of like in resemblance of Alfred Morris. Like, he doesn't give up. He wants those quick, short, hard yards. And then you've seen the ability of him being able to just stiff arm people and run for almost, like, the Redskins had like 200 rushing yards in the first half of the Buccaneers game. That's a cut, you know. I'm glad he's on our practice squad, but man, I don't see. I think we should have put Nate Sudfeld on the practice squad and kept Mac Brown active. Nate Sudfeld, or maybe we will do that, but Nate Sudfeld had a pretty good game against the Buccaneers. He made other guys like Matt Glennon or whoever the backup quarterbacks for the Buccaneers are. Matt Glennon, I know for sure, has been in the league for like 4 years or so. And then we have this rookie, Nate Sudfeld, coming in there playing like the entire game almost and just looking a lot better than all of the Buccaneers' backup quarterbacks, man. That's another reason we are so blessed to have Colt McCoy. Say whatever you want. Even Nate Sudfeld seemed to be a decent quarterback, backup quarterback in this league, and he's a rookie compared to a lot of the other almost veteran-type backups in this league who just have never performed. We drafted Nate Sudfeld, and he's showing us ability right away as a rookie. And here's Matt Glennon and other veteran-type backup quarterbacks, and they're not showing shit, and they have never really shown shit in the NFL. So it's good to have Nate Sudfeld, but I think we don't need him active right now. I think having Mac Brown active and having our 4 running backs, any game, active game, we can walk in here with our 4 running backs. Like, if someone's not performing, we have someone who's ready to take that spot. Just trying to think of some other people who got cut. They were all kind of cuts that everyone saw coming. Kendrell Thompson, butchering his name, but the wide receiver, he had the one-handed catch to win the game versus the Jets. It sucks that he got cut. I hope he comes to our practice squad. I'm not sure if he did or not, but he shows ability. He won that game for us with the one-handed catch in clutch time. Those are things we need to be looking at. Even though we do have depth at wide receiver, let's keep people around who are talented, man. So, sucks he got cut, but all the cuts most of the cuts made sense. All the other guys, they're guys. Matt Ioannidis, I think we're gonna put him on our practice squad, but just guys who didn't fit in, guys who didn't seem to be just gelling with our team. Some older guys, so all the cuts kind of make sense. But let's get into the Buccaneers game. I have some points written down while I was watching the game. But first off, our team played well. In a game where it's just pouring down, raining the whole time, I was kind of upset that we were even going to play that game because I didn't want people to get hurt. But we made it out with not that many injuries. Can't think of any, to be honest with you. Nothing that happened during the game, really. Maybe afterwards I didn't catch it, but some people might have been banged up or bruised. But it was the Mac Brown and Robert Kelly show. Both those guys I am glad to have. Mac Brown and Robert Kelly, they are not premier backs in this league. They are not Le'Veon Bell type of runners. But these are some guys who seem to be they seem to be level-headed, and like I said, just kind of like what I said about Mac Brown, Robert Kelly is doing the same things as Chris Thompson, not as much as Matt Jones is doing, but like Matt Jones, he's all over the field trying to make something out of nothing, but it's just like sometimes that doesn't work, man. Sometimes that doesn't work, and sometimes that gets you hurt. Like Matt Jones got hurt running to the outside and then getting slammed on out of bounds, and sometimes that shit just doesn't work, man. You cannot outrun people. Matt Jones, dude, you're 6'2", like 240 pounds, dude. We got you to run people over, not run away from them. Having Robert Kelly, who I call like a poor man's Matt Jones, just because of how he looks, and then Mac Brown is kind of like a poor man's Chris Thompson. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing for us. When we are sitting here looking at our 1-2 attack with Matt Jones and Chris Thompson not really living up to the hype like they didn't last year, having these two guys who seem more simple, seem more level-headed, like they don't want to be superstars. They just want to get those quick 2-3 yards and then get down and protect the ball, or just get those yards and then maybe fight for a few more. If last year, if the Redskins would have gotten 2 or 3 yards every single time we ran the ball and then possibly ran through an arm tackle and then got more yards like that, we would have done so much better last year. The teams would not have been able to stop us if we had any resemblance of a run game last year. So looking at Robert Kelly and Mac Brown, it's really tempting to try to put them in there against some ones and see what they do, man. It's really tempting. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, man. We got to wait and see how much Matt Jones is really hurt. Other things about the game. Like I said, Nate Sudfeld looked pretty good. Sure, it was backups, but, I mean, he's a rookie too, and he seemed to be performing, and he had a better game than Matt Glennon and all these other guys who were, like I said, couldn't even hold on to the ball. Matt Glennon, I'm pretty sure he went like this and went to throw the ball, and then he dropped the ball. So, I mean, our backups and this game looked a lot more like last year's whole preseason, where our rookies were just outperforming the other team over and over and over again. That's what this game looked like. Pretty much every phase of the game went in our way. We just dominated the Buccaneers. It was just pure domination. The whole first half, the Buccaneers didn't do shit. So let me get into some of my points that I wrote down. It goes in order. All right, so Robert Kelly went out on a play, but he came back. Mac Brown looks good. Kelly moves forward. Even if he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, he was fighting for yards. Hopkins nails a 47-yard field goal in the rain. Something to think about, you know, when our GM is just making moves that make sense. Kendall Fuller, he had an awesome pass breakup, still looking good, looking confident. Rashad Ross is dancing around still on punt return, just like I was talking about Robert Kelly or Mac Brown not being a superstar and wanting to get 10 yards when they only have 2 or 3 yards available. Take that. All of our punt and kick returners just seem to be not working out, man. And that's another point that me and someone had in our conversation in the comments below one time. Let's try out Mac Brown at punt return, kick return. If he can actually catch the ball, he's a solid runner. He's a fast guy. He's elusive sometimes. Like I said, he's not going to dance around in the backfield. Give him the ball. I see him getting what yards are available right away and then maybe fighting for some more instead of dancing from side to side like all of our returners are doing. Redskins fans, I don't need to tell you how much special teams has hurt us over the years. There's another reason Mac Brown should be active on our team right there. Let him try some punt and kick returns. Kendall Fuller had a good open field tackle on a screen. He ran all the way across the field to get there, just playing heads-up football. Redskins punt team gets fumble and recovery for a touchdown. Houston Bates knocks the fumble out. Robert Kelly recovers for a touchdown, but it was ruled not a touchdown. I forget why. It was kind of bullshit. It looked like a touchdown to me, but I was probably writing this down when they talked about why it wasn't a touchdown. But special teams looked pretty good. Redskins' rush defense looked really good versus the Buccaneers. Like I said, the whole beginning of the game was just dominance by us on all phases. The Buccaneers had about -4 rushing yards total as an offense in the first quarter. Dominance. Mac Brown had a huge 60-yard touchdown run with good stiff arms and breaking all these arm tackles. Sua Craven's forced a fumble, but we did not recover it. Buccaneers, 4 drives. First 4 drives of the game, 4 punts. Logan Paulson had a few drops. I wrote that down. Duke Iheanacho intercepts a pass that was hit up in the air. Pass defended by DeShazer Everett. These are 2 guys that are balling, man. In our preseason, DeShazer Everett and Duke Iheanacho have been balling. And I know Louis T said this. I said it right away in preseason when I saw David Bruton Jr. was getting the starting role at safety. I was like, That's not cool, man. Duke Iheanacho, he has just been playing lights out. DeShazier Everett, I'm glad he's on our team. He seems like he's been coming along. He's been learning. He's always around the ball, always hitting people, playing heads-up football. Glad both of them are on our team, and I think they should get more snaps, the both of them. Redskins had over 200 rushing yards in the first half. Ryder at center looks good. He was playing versus backups, but I want to see. It sucks the preseason's over, man. We should have been playing our centers. We should have been rotating all of them. I think that guy Ryder at center, look at our run game. 200 yards in the first half. Sure, it's against backups, but that gives me that leads me to believe that Ryder should get a potential start or something. If Corey Lichtensteiger or Spencer Long are not performing, we have another guy that we need to take a hard look at and get him some reps with our number ones. Maybe in garbage time in a game that we're losing or winning by a lot, maybe put him in there. Houston Bates is hustling, shows a lot of effort all the time. You see him around the ball all the time. Houston Bates did make our team, so I'm glad. And I also saw an interview with him, and he seems like a really humble guy. Seems like a guy that we just want on our team. So I'm glad for him. And Houston Bates came on for us late last year. He was making plays for us. The Redskins bullied the Buccaneers the entire first half, is what I wrote down. Nate Sudfeld is a good passer. He hits Ross for a touchdown and stands in the pocket tall, even though he's getting hit. Tress Way is killing it, even in the rain. You guys know Tress Way is awesome punter. So again, special teams looks good, even in bad conditions. The long 47-yard field goal by our kicker, Dustin Hopkins, and now Tress Way is still getting punts off in the rain. Redskins did a lot better with penalties, especially on our offensive line, played a lot better. Yet again, another reason for us to try Ryder out at center sometimes if Corey Lichtensteiger is just not cutting it in the first half of a game. Shit, let's come out in the second half and get something happening and give people a shot. Everett flies around and reminds me a lot of Kaishan Jarrett, and he likes to hit. That is the last thing I wrote down, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about my points about the game. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on in the NFC East. I'm sorry for not putting a video out there sooner, you guys. My internet, and also, like I said, I had a lot of personal stuff going on, getting married and things like that. Hopefully you guys can, see my wife. Maybe she'll be on here in one of these episodes. We ain't going anywhere, man. The Redskins review is still going to be here. I promise you guys I'm going to be making more videos, getting my content better. These other guys, like On the Warpath and Louis T, man, they're really kind of like an inspiration to me. On the Warpath, man, he's always coming up on the fly with witty things to say, and then Louis T, his production value is much better than mine. And I ask you guys all the time, what you guys want to see me do? I ask you about background music. I ask you guys about the background. Sooner or later, you guys, I'm gonna get a green screen thing going on, and it's only up from here, man. So if you guys are here now, I already have the new intro and things like that, man. You guys understand that this channel is gonna be, I'm gonna be putting more effort into it, and I idolize these other guys out here that are doing things too, and I'm trying to take a lot of things from them, learn from them, and continue on. And also, like I said, it's another good thing that these guys are in business over here, because although my internet wasn't up and I couldn't bring you guys a video sooner, you guys have another community. There's a community here of other guys here who are bringing Redskins content and NFL content in general that are worth watching, man. So I'm glad. And also, this is another call for some of you guys, man. The season's about to start now. Some of you guys who like to comment and things, and you guys have a lot to say or whatever, who's to say you guys can't make videos and upload them to YouTube as well? If you guys are talking about Redskins content or something that's interesting within the NFL, I will watch your content. I'll give you tips, pointers, or whatever, just, from the things that I've learned, things that are, help out, or things that you should not do, things like that. I'm here to help you guys. If you have any questions or whatever, I'll help you along. I can help you with programs. I can help you with design, Photoshop, anything like that. I'm willing to help you guys. Just let me know. Like I said, this community, when I first started doing this, I heard about Louis T before. I've heard At the time, I didn't know that he was like a Redskins fan. Like I didn't know like that's kind of like his forte. But I have seen his videos before. So he's been out there, but on the warpath, he just started, man. Go look at his content, and he's getting better. Like I just told him, his last video seemed to be his best one in all phases. Like there wasn't much downtime, and there was a lot of jokes, and it was just a good watching experience. I think it's his best video. Who's to say you guys can't do the same thing? So even if it's not about the Redskins, you guys could be out here making videos as well, having fun, making a community, having people to converse with about things that we love, football, the Redskins in general. So hail to the Redskins, guys. Let me know what you think about the video, all the cuts that we made, the plays that we made in the Buccaneers game. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.